You're not alone or even in the minority if you're feeling overwhelmed. I'm excited to share 3 steps that you can start using today to live a slower, more intentional life no matter what you have going on. You're not alone if you're feeling overwhelmed right now. So many of us are living such fast-paced, busy lives, and it can be hard to take a step to slow down and focus on ourselves. And then, when we're overwhelmed and we're exhausted, we blame ourselves and we think we should be doing more. We're told to add more to our plate, more jobs, more friends, more money, more freedom, more things, more interactions, more social media usage. But the more that we add, the more that we're forced to focus on and give our precious attention and time to. But one thing I've learned is that calm and peace don't come from adding more to the mix. They come from taking a step back and learning slow, intentional steps to help you heal and help you grow. Today, I'm excited to share 3 steps that you can start using today to live a slower, more intentional life, no matter what you have going on and how busy you might be. First, we're starting with your phone. I know it's important. I know you use it everywhere, and I know it has everything on it. That's exactly why it is the first problem we need to address when it comes living a life that's more grounded and less overwhelmed. Your phone is the access port to information all over the world, to friends you have now and friends you had from when you were 5 years old. It gives you details about everyone's life, everyone's interactions, everything that you need to do today and in the future. And all of this is at the click of a button. The problem is when you start your day with your cell phone, you've already opened the floodgates wide before your brain even has a chance to register that it's awake. I'm not saying cell phone usage is bad, and I'm not saying we need to avoid the internet altogether. But when the first thing you do is open your phone, open your email, open your social media, or check your text messages, you're not giving your brain the processing time it needs to settle into routine, to wake yourself up and get your body moving before you suddenly give it access to all of the information from all over the world. That is too much for your brain to handle, especially first thing in the morning. Just like any other living creature, you can get overwhelmed and overstimulated by what is in your environment. That includes your digital environment. Do your brain a favor and start your day slowly. Try starting your morning with a simple morning routine. Nothing fancy, nothing time consuming. What I like to do is before I check my phone, I'll write down the 3 things that I want to do for the day. I call those my most important tasks, and that was inspired by a book that I read. But I try to start my day with my intention. I come up with 3 things I want to achieve, and then I check my phone. I still check my emails, social media accounts, and text messages, but by giving my brain the chance to really focus in on those 3 things I want to do first, I found that my days are more productive and my feeling of overwhelm decreases dramatically. Number 2, anchor rhythms. This is something I plan to talk more about on my blog post, and it's something I feel really, really passionate about. But what I found to be most helpful with my feelings of overwhelm is creating anchor rhythms into my day. This started pretty authentically here at home with my husband. We noticed that we just felt better when we followed the same routine every day. So instead of feeling like I needed the plan for dinner and I needed to know what needed to be cleaned and I needed to make a list for everything that had to be done in the house, what we found is when we sat down and we created these anchor rhythms, we were both on the same page about what needed to be done. I no longer needed to make a list or even keep a list in my head of when the bathroom needed to be cleaned, because we knew the day of the week the bathroom gets cleaned. I didn't have to worry about cooking dinner every night because we knew what days of the week I cooked dinner and what days of the week my husband cooked dinner. Like I mentioned, I'm adding some blog posts about anchor rhythms to my website, but if you want a quick, easy way to get started, I would pick one area of your life that you can automate, meaning one area of your life that you can do routinely the same every single week. For some people, that might be chores. Maybe it's coming up with a meal plan. Maybe it's coming up with a fun activity you can do each night. Any of these are a good starting point. If you're looking for some examples, I recommend starting with a weekly cleaning rhythm. And again, there's a link for that on my blog post, and there's also a freebie to help you get started if you're like me and you like to take paper notes. Whatever it might be though, pick one area of your life and decide that you'll do that same thing every single day. Once that area becomes a habit, you no longer have to think about it, and it can be removed from all of the clutter inside of your head. You don't have to hold it there. You don't have to remember to do it. It just becomes automatic, routine, and easy to do. Finally, put your home to bed at the end of the day. This is a popular one, and I know you probably see it a lot online, but it really does make such a difference. Talk with your family about ways that you can delegate tasks to everyone so everyone is helping. Find a pocket of time, maybe 15 minutes a night. Put things away back where they belong before you go to bed for the evening. For us, this looks like cleaning the kitchen after dinner. Whoever cooks usually cleans. That's a little different than most households, but we find that it works for us. And so after dinner is cooked, dishes are washed, everything's put away, the kitchen is closed down. We try to do this nightly. It doesn't always happen, but what we found is that when we put the home to bed before we go to sleep, when we wake up the next day, we have a fresh slate to start with, and that helps with feelings of overwhelm right from when the day begins. It's also nice because what we've discovered is, as expected, the more regularly you clean, the less work there is to do every time you clean. This does look different for everyone, and different life stages might require different amounts of work, but I recommend just finding one way to do an end of night rhythm or routine to put something away. Maybe that's taking out your clothes for the next day. Maybe it's taking a shower before you go to bed, or cleaning just the kitchen, or cleaning just the living room. Find a small area of your life that you can tidy up and put things away before you go to bed. Then the next morning, I recommend that that's the first place you go to, so you can see a calm, clean slate, and you can start your day in a restful space within your home. So take this as your motivation to pick one of these 3 habits, or all 3 at once if you're feeling ambitious, and try to make an intentional change to the environment and mental clutter within your life. Overwhelm starts with environment. It starts with the clutter both in our minds, in our digital usage, and in our homes and physical spaces. Start by finding one area that you can whittle down some of that clutter and see how it makes a difference in your lifestyle. I'm really excited to see how these tricks work for you. If you want more details, or you want to look more closely at that weekly rhythms checklist, feel free to check out my blog and get that freebie over there. Keep it simple, and I'll see you next time.